Hello, crypto dads. This is Oz. I'm going to walk through how to set up your Phantom wallet. I thought this might be a little easier since Discord is not really made for video tutorials. So this should be fairly simple and pretty quick. First thing, you want to search the Google Chrome store for your extension. So add Phantom. I've already added it there. So it'll appear up here, and just note that you do want to pin that so you can see it a lot easier. So I'm going to click that. So when you set it up, you will have to set up a password. Make sure and remember that, and also save your phrase, obviously. So I've loaded it up here, and I actually already did a few things, and I'll show you exactly kind of very, very little money in here, just a demo wallet. And so we're all set up here. Now to fund this, easiest way to fund it is to deposit SOL from Coinbase, FTX, any other, exchange service, whatever you guys use. That's the easiest way. Now, you may have to wait a few days for that waiting period, or you can always send, swap something out and send it, and we'll cover wormhole and getting Ethereum stuff over to your Phantom wallet here shortly. But that's the address there. So you go over to FTX or Coinbase, and then you just send it over there. The fees to send Solana on Coinbase is virtually zero. FTX virtually zero. I think it's 0.00005 SOL, which works out to about 0.0009 cents, something around there. But so now that it's funded, you really don't need a lot of Solana. You do need to have some in there at all times for transactions, or else they will fail. So even having 0.001 is usually enough for, 10, 15, maybe even 20 transactions. So that's all set up, and we're going to go over to Radium. I'm already connected here, but if you need to connect, you would click that connect, Phantom. Then we have here, so we can swap, choose your coins, say Solana. I'll swap for, we got wrapped ETH wormhole. So did the max, but I'm just gonna do 0.1. And it may not let me because it may be too much, but I'm going to try this. So you click the swap. I'm going to approve it over here, and it's making the transaction. And then once it's finished, transaction has been sent, confirmation, and it now has been confirmed. So that's how you swap. You can also add liquidity, and I already did this to create a liquidity protocol, or LP, liquidity token, depending upon what you want to add there. So I don't know if we can even add this. There's not enough liquidity for that, but you could choose something like, say, do USDC, and we'll do Cave because I have that in there. So max, very little here. And I have to make sure that they're actually equivalent here. So we're going to max out the Cave versus the USDC. We only have 22 cents. So 22 cents there. Then I'm going to supply approve. And again, it'll give you a little update here while it's making the transaction. Confirmed. So now we're good. And you can actually see your LP tokens down here once it's completed up there. So again, there's the swap, liquidity, there's all the top pools and what they're paying, the interest and all that. You can look at the farms as well. There we go. This is not where you add them. You actually add them to the farm, but you can search. So, sorry, I'm going a little too quick here. And one note, it is all decentralized, so it does take a little, maybe a little bit longer to load. But you can sort by the fees, liquidity, how much money it's making, and choose there appropriately. So then you go over to the farms, and you could stake here. So we have basically radium farms, and we have fusion. Fusion are not necessarily guaranteed by radium, but radium ones are radium, USDT, Sol, ETH, Serum, all that. So fusion is where, oh, this is great. So dual yield. So your rewards would come in radium and mean here. So that's always good. Now, if you do get into a dual yield, sometimes it will stop being a dual yield. So when you come back, you're going to have to harvest your farm, and then you can reallocate funds as you like. But what I'm going to do that Scuba had mentioned is go over to Tulip. So we're going to launch that. So if we were to look in our Phantom wallet, we're going to have this unknown token, which is actually our liquidity protocol that we created on Radium. And now we're going to use over here on Tulip. So connect the wallet again, connected. And I'm going to search the cave. And see, I already put a little bit in here with this wallet on a video I was trying earlier, but we're going to add a little bit more. So I'm going to click max. We're going to deposit 46 cents in there and approve. So again, the liquidity, the LP token you made on Radium, you can stake or farm on Radium, or you can keep it in your wallet and come over to Tulip, which is going to continually reinvest that, so you don't have to go back and harvest. So basically doing all the farming work for you. I haven't really explored Tulip a whole lot, but they do have lending available. So you can lend out your crypto. Leverage farming, haven't looked at a whole lot either, but this looks pretty cool. Again, not financial advice in any way. So take some time, check out Tulip. Heard some really good things about it, and I'm glad Scuba made me check it out here. So let's look at a few other things. So we got Serum, Project Serum. So Serum is actually what all the DEXs use for liquidity. So essentially Serum it reaches out throughout the entire ecosystem. So these are all built upon Serum here, and it kind of puts all the liquidity together. So if they're all built on Serum, then they can all reach and talk to each other, and you can have liquidity across the entire spectrum of Solana. So that's Serum, and let's take a look at Drift protocol. So Drift is not available to access in the United States and certain other countries. If you have a VPN, you can do that. I'm not recommending you do that, but it is possible. So you could just switch your location. So currently I'm connected to San Francisco, and I could switch over to Switzerland, which will allow it. So I'm going to connect. Oh, I actually need to do the hard refresh. Going to connect the wallet. Now I can connect. Really simple stuff here. So you can choose your leverage based upon your collateral, and you can trade. So stats are pretty impressive when you look at 24-hour volume, about $18 million per day. There's an average of 300 to peaking 591 wallets connected. So if they all were even, you're looking at, that's a lot of money in every wallet there. I'm not going to do the math in my head. All right, so that's Drift protocol. And let's see here. There was a picture I had. All right. There's at least 20 to 30 different dexes and other protocols you can use. So one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter is the astronaut, the Soul Astronaut. And I'll make sure and link him because he offers a lot of advice and new things that are going on. All right, so that's Tulip. We covered Drift, Serum, Radium. Let's talk about Wormhole because this is going to be, we're going to probably use something like Wormhole, like Anthony said, to, excuse me, to actually send our NFTs and to send ETH back and forth or Sol back and forth between, say, MetaMask and Solana. So here's the introduction, and that's very important to read through. I'm going to go over the Wormhole bridge, but you know, we have Ethereum, Solana, Luna, Terra, BSC, Polygon, Matic, or AVAX, Avalanche here. So it'll wrap this for you. So essentially, if you're going from Solana network, so if we look back in my my wallet here, I have the wrapped ETH, Wormhole wrapped ETH that we traded. So then I'm going to go Solana to Ethereum. I want to send it over there. I'm not actually going to complete this transaction, but I'm going to just show you exactly what it looks like here. So I have this here. I do the max, then you know, connect your Phantom wallet, choose your token, click next, and then I'm going to connect my MetaMask. Since this is my little demo profile, I don't have a MetaMask installed here, but you would connect so that it has the access to your MetaMask, approve that. Then you would send tokens. So you do still have to pay gas no matter what you do on the Ethereum side. There is nothing you can do about that I know. So you won't have to pay really any gas on the Solana side because it's so minimal. I mean, we're talking less than a penny to do that. So essentially half the gas, really. And you can do this backwards. So I'm going to refresh this. And say you want to send from Ethereum to Solana. The process would just be reversed. So we're going to connect our MetaMask wallet first and then send it to the Solana blockchain, and then we would choose what token we want to send. Now, I think Ethereum is the only one truly supported on the Solana network to send. There's no really L2s. Well, let's look here. I'll show you. Liquid markets. This is what you want to check because you want to be able to unwrap it and be able to utilize those tokens when you send them. So Matic is the only layer 2 and it's only available on Saber. But look at ETH to Sol, Luna to Sol, BSC, Matic, AVAX here. So you'd want to choose one of these markets that are available to actually unwrap and utilize and basically have it be native to Solana or to the Solana chain here. So that's the token bridge, and you can send NFTs the same way, and you can only send one at a time, but I could send Solana, choose my Phantom, connect, and I have one of these. Crypto Cars by Quiblecop. And next, and I could send it to the Ethereum. And it's going to wrap it. And we're still going to have to redeem it, which would be the last step here if we send it. So again, you can send tokens, NFTs. Once it's all completed, then you would come over here, paste your TX, your transaction, and then you can recover it, and then you're good. Then it's in your wallet, you're ready to go. So again, if you're recovering it on Ethereum, you're gonna have to pay gas. So that is Wormhole. And there's a good little video tutorial. This is all available on their FAQs. Not gonna play this one right now. And let's talk about NFTs. So a few different markets for NFTs out there. Just gonna open them up here. Oh, before we move on to NFTs, go to Bonafide. So we all know about the ENS, the .eth names. So this would allow you to have your .sol name. And on your Twitter, you can actually claim your Twitter handle. So essentially you follow these, you can claim your Twitter handle, click that, copy the Solana wallet address, copy your address, or connect here. And essentially you would send out a tweet, which has all that information. And then you would now have that .sol address that is linked to your Twitter profile, which I think is really cool. You can also look at domains. So if you wanted to register domains, and you can have the not safe for work on or off. So we'll turn it, I always keep it on, even, you know. So then these are all bid in Bonafide. Okay. So one Bonafide is $3.55. So if you want to actually buy this or register unique .sol addresses, this is where you do it. And this is what you have to use Bonafide. Well, how do you get Bonafide? Well, I could go back over here to the swap and say, see if we could do Sol. And let's see if Bonafide. Sorry, lagging a little bit now, recording here. Okay, so we don't have the Bonafide. Sold a Bonafide, but USDC FIDA. Oh. So look for FIDA. So you could swap that. Let's go back and see if sold. There's enough liquidity, because what's this is gonna check. So Sol balance is too low to swap. So there's a minimum amount you can swap, and you have to make sure the liquidity is there. Alternatively, you can go over to the trading side of the Radium, connect over here. You could look for FIDA USDC. So 355, see a little chart, and then you would just place your purchase. So I'm going to try to do a small one here to kind of walk you through this part. I'm going to go Sol USDC. See the order book up here. So if I want to buy, choose your limit. I'm going to make this easy here. I don't even think I have 0 USDC in my wallet right now, so it won't even let me do that. So let's see if we can sell. So I need a minimum amount to do that. So I wasn't really trying to do any of this stuff here, but just some basic things. So that is the trading side. Swapping, liquidity, pools, farm, staking, drop zone. So this is where they'll drop new NFTs, and sometimes you can get in essentially a pre-sale, whitelist, pre-funding. Haven't seen a lot come recently, but we can look at one of these here. And the last one they did was November 4th. So I don't know if they're continuing that or not, but essentially you have to have a lotto style. So, and you have to deposit Sol, or so a portion of that. So they're going to hold the money. They're going to do a ticket drawing. And then if you win, awesome. If not, then you're going to get your Sol back. There's also the accelerator. So if they're launching any new tokens, or anybody is, then you go over there, and then it's the same type of thing. And usually Radium is going to require you to have things staked, have Radium staked in order to qualify for these accelerators. So if we see we've got Real, Run, TTT, all of these here, and the cost per token, when it's launched. So I tried to do Atlas and Polis, but I did not get that, unfortunately. Big Star Atlas fan. So anyway, that is Radium. Lots of cool stuff. You guys are smart people, guys and girls, excuse me. Check it out, play with it. Really cool stuff there. So get rid of, close some of these. So let's go back to NFTs. So probably the first NFT site on Solana is Solanart, and they don't list quite as many NFT projects as other ones do, so they're fairly closed as far as what they allow on there. But one of my personal favorites that I own several of, Crypto Caveman. I wish to do like a C-Dad's Caveman little collab there. So Princess Leia, Jimmy T. Let's sketch something up here. All right, but you can, it's the same basic layout. You guys can figure this out. I'll look at the latest sales, look at the price history. You know, so sold 9 hours, 10 hours, 2 sold, average there. Out of the 8,888, there's only 518 listed. So 2 sold price and 343 owners. That's just the listed owners. That is not the actual owner count or wallet count. But same thing, you can search by appearance. You can look for all the attributes here, figure out what you want to buy, look at the collections, figure out, you know, what you want to do, what you would like to purchase. Magic Eating is probably my favorite. It's definitely quicker than Solanart. I'm gonna shut this one down here, and again, you can look through all the collections. There's a ton of really cool stuff. My favorite right now, and again, not financial advice, but I think it's really cool. Down Under. So this is computer generative images from Australia, Down Under. So they all have different sizes. So it's actual land, you know. So just look at this one here. It's pretty cool. The attributes, listing history, all that. More from the collection. Really, really similar. And if it has this little check mark here on Magic Eden, it is a verified collection. So pay attention to that. Browse, sell, look at your wallet. Let's look at my items on here. So these Lambos are unverified on Magic Eden. But if I go to SoulSea, SoulSea has verified it. Fortunately, I have to log into an account here. I don't remember my password or anything. I'm not going to search for it. But you can connect your wallet and then look at, let's see here. I have to log in first to do any of this stuff. But you can still explore. NFTs, same type of thing. Let's see if we can find. Crypto cars, there we go. Blue check, so that's verified. So I can look at the whole collection. Floor is 0.04 soul, 50 soul volume. And this is a free mint. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of the free mints. So I minted about 50 of these for free on Solana, and it cost me, I think, around $40 total. And that was pretty high because I don't know what kind of contract they used. I think their gas, quote unquote gas or fees were a little higher than it would normally be. But I minted one on Ethereum because they had 5,000 on Sol, 5,000 on Ethereum. And the Ethereum one cost about $75 just in gas. And again, got 50 for free, about $40. So less than $1 per NFT. Anyway, sort through all the same things, you can look here. So that is some of the NFT platforms. So as we were talking about on the call, you're not limited to just one. Like OpenSea really is kind of the only, really the big game in town. Of course, we're waiting on Coinbase. There's Rarible, Foundation. But for like the big 10,000 PFP generative projects, OpenSea is what we all go to. Let's see if there's anything else. That's about it there. So we're going to take a look at sending transactions here at the end. So I have another wallet here, and you can just add more wallets and keep adding, just like MetaMask. I'm going to add another one there. You can import other wallets in here, just add the private key. So I'm going to send it to this one, wallet 2. So I'm going to just click it. It's going to copy that number. Copied. Go back to my first wallet. I'm going to send, what's an NFT? Works the same way for both, really. So I'm sending this one. I'm going to paste my address. The other wallet. So network fee 0.00085 cents. Send. Waiting for confirmation. And again, there's no mempool here, so it just immediately goes in, unless it fails immediately, which is fairly rare. And so a success, sent. Check over here, my other wallet, and it's there already. So is that quick? Same thing if we want to send any tokens or coins. So I'm going to send a little bit because I got to get that one back. I'm going to end up burning this wallet. So I'm going to send 0.01 SOL, network fee, done. Waiting for confirmation, sent. So let's check the other wallet. There it is. And if you want to add tokens, you can just search through here. Like I was using Cave, Back Cave, no idea what that is. Radium, add that, close, and then they'll appear here. And let's see here. You can also stake SOL, so you can click little 3 dots here, and I could stake that. And there is a fee here, so I'd encourage you to look through. There's a lot of resources out there. There's over 1,300 validators that you become a delegator for, and they're all going to charge, looks like maximum average 10% fee, but there's some that are 9 in here, and some are 0% fees. Now the 0% ones are usually a lot smaller, and so they may not get as many fees, but you may get a larger portion of them. And usually, so when you're staking and unstaking on Solana, it has to complete what's called an epic, and that takes about 3 days for that epic to complete, and then you can unstake. So at any point in time during that epic, you could unstake, and it would do that after that epic is finished, and then you would collect any kind of rewards that you receive from the staking. So it's not an immediate, unstake stake, and there's no additional fees, just the transaction fee to stake. So it's worth exploring, especially if you're just sitting on a bunch of SOL and you're not doing anything with it. Stake it and get more SOL, and that's about it. So that is the quick little rundown. Hopefully that was beneficial for you guys. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And Happy New Year. Cheers.